Hi there. So this morning I'm going to do a short how-to video on how you erase something on a piece of furniture. Yes, you can erase something on a piece of furniture. So it's quite simple actually. I'm working on a buffet and it's done in antique white, and I started to use the aging effect with a brown wax, and I think I might have been a little too heavy-handed. I don't know if it's just been a while since I've used it or I just don't know why, but I started to look at it and just wasn't a fan. In my opinion, it was really changing the whole color of the piece, and that's not what I wanted. I wanted just that aged effect to be in the grooves and kind of in the corners and look natural, and I just felt like it was too heavy. So I walked away from it last night, let it sit overnight, decided that when I looked at it with a fresh set of eyes this morning, I still wasn't a fan. So I'm gonna flip the camera here in just a second. I'm gonna show you guys up close how you erase that waxed mistake. Okay, so stay tuned, I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and what I'm showing you here is a buffet that I'm working on. And on the buffet, you can see this is just painted, and this is where I started to age it. And it probably doesn't look as bad on camera, but it's not what I had in mind for the piece. It came out a little too heavy. So how do I fix that? Well, I'm gonna show you guys. It's so easy. And so I want you to know that when you do something, typically in painted furniture, it's usually not permanent. There's always a fix. And so I'm gonna show you what I'm using. I'm using this handy wax. This is actually by Homestead House. You don't have to stick with the same paint line and wax line or whatever finish you choose. You can do different finishes. The paint that I used on this is General Finishes Antique White, and the wax that I started with was the Annie Sloan Brown Wax. It's just what I had on hand, so I thought I would check it out and use it. And it wasn't bad, but I found a different aging wax made by the Homestead House that I liked better. It's a little bit deeper of a brown, and that's the look that I wanted. So I want to wipe away or erase this wax, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So if you look at the top drawers, and I so apologize for the very loud background. I cannot control that environment. God, I need to be able to figure out how to do that. Anyway, if you see this piece right here, it's got a heavy wax look to it. I just want to take some of that off and use that darker wax that I just bought. So I'm going to show you what to do. You dip your little dry cloth into the wax. You put on as much as you need. That just kind of shows you how much wax is on there. And I'm gonna take that clear wax. This is just a clear wax. And I'm gonna rub it in over that brown wax that I already had on there. And it is going to lighten it up and make it disappear. So you're still going to see some of the effects of that wax on there because it's gotten into the grooves, and that's okay. That's exactly what I wanted. But I still wanted my paint to show through. So if you look at the piece, and I have totally bright sunlight in here, so I apologize if I'm getting some shadows and some light, but I'm gonna hold the camera up closer. So you can see I just erased that wax. That's how easy it is, you guys. So I'm gonna bring the camera closer so you guys can really see, but the one that I just erased, it's not all gone. It's exactly what I wanted. I wanted the wax in the grooves and the cracks. I didn't want it as heavy as that. Total preference, you guys, total preference. So this is just for myself, the way I wanted it, and that is just as easy as it gets. So keep that in mind. Nothing's permanent. If you do something and you don't care for the way it looks, you can erase it. So there you go. Just a little tip for today. Thanks, you guys.